The Tri-City Center is called the Mall with a Heart.
KCAA.
E-Digits. Lock 'em in for more information, recreation, and guaranteed fun. KCAA.
Oh, Tay, you said you wanted that real news. Well, I'm Bon Johnson, and it's time for News That Blows. That's right. Welcome, everybody. This is News That Blows. I'm Bon Johnson, and we got, as always, we've got another crazy week of News That Blows to talk about. But first off, let me say, Happy Pinch a Protestant Day for all of you who are enjoying St. Patrick's Day. I'm not sure how many of you know, but more blood has been shed over the colors green and orange than over the colors red and blue in the hood. But in any case, where's my green beer? Happy St. Patty's Day to all of you out there. We hope you're having a good one.
And pinch anybody that's not wearing green.
Yes, Lady Albright came in and gave us all a good pinch. Apparently I'm not wearing the right shade of green, so I got pinched anyway.
I'm on the borderline
here. But you know what, me groovies? We are News That Blows. We're going to, like I says, we've got a lot of different crazy stuff to talk about this week. Oh my goodness. We're going to do a little commercial break because, that's how we pay for all this. We'll be right back.
Inland Empire, Bon Johnson here. Now, we all know that recycling saves the planet. But what do you do with your old TV sets, laptops, and computers? You can't just toss them out with the trash. You can pay someone else to come out and dispose of them for you, or you can do what I did. Take your old TV sets, laptops, and computers down to FNG Recycling Corporation and get paid for them. Another way FNG recycles your TV sets, laptops, and computers is by fixing them. Yes, they also do repairs at a great price. These guys are open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's FNG Recycling Corporation. Give them a call at 818-477-8072, or just drop in. FNG Recycling Corporation is located in San Bernardino County at 18907 Bellflower Street in Adelanto, baby. Tell them Bon sent you.
Howdy, folk. Now, as you can imagine, it gets awfully boring out here on the prairie, except for Saturday nights. That's when we all sit around the campfire and listen to News That Blows. That there Bon Johnson fella, well, he's something else. News That Blows with Bon Johnson, right here on the Inland Empire's own KCAA Radio.
See, that wasn't so bad, was it? Now, let's get back to more News That Blows. No, it weren't so bad. And welcome back to more News That Blows, me groovies. I'm Bon Johnson. We are rocking it right here on this Saturday night news party on KCAA Radio, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, 1050 AM in the Inland Empire. We love you all out there. And of course, radio, I almost said radio spaz. I do that all the time, Eric. That's so funny. And on KCAAradio.com. Where is it, folks? All over the world.
Plug it in.
All right, folks, let's get right into it. I'm going to let you all know what we're going to talk about today. First off, well, obviously, it's in the news everywhere. The bridge that fell out there at Florida International University. Jeez Louise, kids. Sad, not so happy news. A little bit for those of us who are into sports, who are enjoying March Madness. Let me use that opportunity to go ahead and introduce our guest today, Eric the Well-Read Suave. Hello, Eric. Say hi to the folk.
Oh,
Yeah, we're all live, man. Everybody's mic is high. We get it in.
good evening, Bond. Thank you. Honored to be on tonight.
For those of you, you probably know, since you listen here to News That Blows every week, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
I mentioned Eric, the well-read Suave, who has a show here on KCAA at 9 o'clock on Tuesdays, correct?
9 a.m. Tuesday morning.
Right after Gary Garver's show in the mornings at 8 a.m.
Controlled chaos.
And that's right, Gary's show, Controlled Chaos.
Awesome.
Eric is also the gentleman who runs radiospaz.com, where I do my replay of the 420 music. Well, not my replay. I have an hour-long 420 music, break over there. And he does a replay of this show right here, me groovies, at 7 o'clock on Monday nights.
Monday nights, 7 o'clock.
So there you have it. We also,
Mainstay
of course, as always, have Lady Albright in the room. What's up, Mama?
Hey.
Yeah.
Happy St. Patrick's
She's got
Day.
her St. Patrick's Day gear on, and y'all can't see it, but she's got. It would be improper for me to hold her upside down. There you go. She got her green toenails. All right.
And very flexible thighs.
That's right.
No one's pinching.
And no one's pinching you.
What was I thinking? Sorry, missed my chance. Oh, well.
Man, I ain't even trying. And of course, Tipsy Gunners is with us, y'all.
What it is.
Okay, let me get back into it. NCAA basketball history was made this week. Also this week, we had a Maserati who burst a palm tree. Palm tree 1, Maserati 0. Oh, yes, well, I don't know if 0 is the right word, maybe 2 halves. We'll talk about it. Yeah. Anyways, the student walkouts took place this week all over America. We're going to chat that down a little bit, too. A lot of just wild statistics came out in amazingly creative visual ways that I was so proud of every of these students, and we're going to talk about that today. Speaking of students, let's talk about the 3 that got shot accidentally by a teacher out in Seaside High School in Northern California. Once again, we'll talk about that more once again, because everything has been led up to, and everything leads up to something else here on News That Blows, doesn't it? There was an avalanche at Ethan Allen High Mountain Training Facility in Vermont. This is where the military trains their guys for high mountain training. I'm hoping that all of those guys who got buried, and I believe 5 of them went to the hospital. I'm hoping they're all going to be okay, and they're all right. You know, that happened. Rex Tillerson, who's been slowly getting eked out day for day, week for week, as our Secretary of State, is now officially all the way out.
Yes.
Okay. Also, Trump and Sessions fire the ex-deputy director of the FBI, Andrew McCabe. Okay, we're going to talk about that a little bit, because there's some really stinky stuff with that, I got to say. Just as a guy, as a man, as a human being, there was some shady caca going on with that.
Yes.
All right. The president, and Nike, apparently executives at Nike got caught with penis up, and their stocks went down. Yes. Remember we talked about, if you want to get to people and the way that they act, go after their products?
Just do it.
Nike, go on and get them, Eric. Just do it.
Just do it, baby.
That's right.
Follow their slogan.
Okay, speaking of guys who got caught with their penis up when it shouldn't be, the president of the Academy, John Bailey, also gets slammed this week with sexual misconduct accusations. A sad moment for anybody who's into science, anybody who's into smart peoples. Stephen Hawkins died this week. Yes, he did. Stephen Hawkins died this week, and one of my heroes too. And apparently he had nothing to do with Ford or Lincoln, because they had to recall a bunch of cars this week for another just bonehead thing. We're going to talk about that.
You drive a Lincoln, don't you? Yeah.
And the one thing that I believe everybody has to have seen by now, if you haven't, go look at it. It's horrific. A chairlift goes crazy. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys have seen this footage.
Disclaimer, if you get really upset, do not watch it. It's scary.
Yeah,
I only could watch it once. I don't want to see it again.
Oh, and now I've seen it from several different angles. Now that
I
there's
never
been a
want to
little
get
bit
on
of
one of those
time.
things ever again. So I'm done
Oh,
skiing, man.
quit playing,
What have I
man.
missed?
It was a chairlift
Oh,
from a ski.
we'll talk about it a little
Okay.
bit more.
Okay.
It was really grisly. You may want to leave the room.
Nah, she's a tough chick. Are you kidding me? She's tougher than the three of us put together.
Okay.
She deals with relationships. She's tougher than me for damn sure. All right, and of course, once we come back from this break that is upcoming, we will be talking about all of that great, groovy news that blows, as well as asking our Lady Albright a question that has been sent in from one of our listeners. This is News That Blows. We'll be right back.
Greetings, Inland Empire. I've got a question for you. What do you do if you've just graduated from high school, aren't ready to go to a university yet, and are nowhere near ready to get a career started? Or if you just want to upgrade your skill sets to get yourself a better job? I'm Bon John Sin from KCAA Radio's News That Blows, and I've also got an answer for you. Further your education at San Bernardino Valley College. San Bernardino Valley College offers courses that will ready you for today's job market, taught by today's top-notch instructors. It doesn't matter if you're fresh out of high school or if you have 20 years on the job. Go to valleycollege.edu and get your future started today. Hi, I'm Bon John Sin. I host KCAA Radio's News That Blows. I'm also trying to become a published writer. And when I first decided to write my book, I was given some great advice. I was told that a writer's most valuable tool is their butt, because the first thing you need to do to become a writer is put your butt in a chair and start writing. Great advice, but not altogether true. The first thing you need to do to become a writer is know how to read. Reading truly is fundamental. Yeah, that feels good. I like it. Let's do some more news that blows.
Ooh, that does feel good. I kind of do like it. I'm feeling warm and fuzzy here on a News That Blows Saturday night. I'm Bon John Sin, me groovies. This is News That Blows right here on KCAA Radio 102.3 FM. Don't you know? 106.5. Thank you very much. Five, damn it. 106.5 FM and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire out there rocking for all 5 million y'alls. Okay, and of course on KCAAradio.com. All over the world, baby. Because that's how
Out
we
to the
get
Martians.
down. That's right. Oh, you know what? We might be getting picked up on other planets.
Indeed.
Because if there is intelligent life out there,
It's emanating on the airwaves.
they got to be listening to us, right?
Absolutely.
Why else would we call them intelligent? All right, me groovies, we're going to get around to this right here. It is time for our ever so popular segment called Ask Lady Albright. Oh,
Love this part.
Hassan, Lady Albright.
now, easy. Calm down, calm
Oh,
down.
and by the way, I don't know if you guys know, St. Patrick, the man himself, was not Irish. He's English. So just thought I'd throw that in while I introduce the lovely Christine Maxine Albright, writer of the book Relationships in a Nutshell.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Are you kidding? Every time one of these, and thank you people for sending in these
Yes,
letters,
thank
because
you
I got to
so
tell you,
much.
a lot of y'all been asking the stuff I haven't had the balls to ask. There are probably a lot of guys out there who don't have the balls to ask, and a lot of women as well.
Yeah.
But we've had a surpurring amount of guys send in.
I was going to say that.
Right?
It's been great.
And so you had said one day, I guess you got, like I said, you got the juice, Mama. One night you said, I would like for more guys to send in. And since then, we've had like 3-4 times as many letters from guys. I guess they just needed to know it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, to get comfortable with you. And now that they are, let's get into it. Here is our next letter. And this letter, I'll go ahead and get down to the bottom and look at his name. It's his name is Lawrence in Alaska. Okay.
Hi, Lawrence.
Yeah, hello,
Fishing
Lawrence. You know.
Thank you for writing in.
Yes, absolutely. I listen to News That Blows every week, and a couple of weeks ago, a woman sent a letter in about faking orgasms. Well, let me turn this down just a hair because I turned it up during the commercial, and I don't want to screw up. Thank you. Okay, let me start again. I listen to News That Blows every week. I just had to find a reason to say that again. I'm sorry. And a couple of weeks ago, a woman sent in a letter about faking orgasm. Well, let me just say it. I'm kind of small in the penis department, And I got to wondering if my wife is really happy with our sex life or is she faking it? How do I know if my wife is faking it or not? And do you have to have a large penis to really please a woman? Thanks. Lawrence in Alaska.
Well, thank you, Lawrence. Yeah, that is straight to the point. Firstly, your answer is no. You do not have to have a large penis to satisfy a woman. But in saying that, there's only about 25% of women that actually have an orgasm while they're having sexual intercourse.
Actual
Yeah.
intercourse, right.
And many women, because of that, you have to satisfy her in many other different ways. And I think the most important thing for Lawrence is to make sure that his wife is happy and satisfied before he has sex or after.
Right.
One or the other. And also the communication, back to the
Always,
communication,
yes.
talk about it. But if you really want to know, then you have to pay attention. So when you're kissing, when you're touching, when you're being sensual, you should be listening to her breath, the noises she makes, her body language. All of those things are telling you whether she's enjoying it or not. And also, of course, whether she gets wet or not. That also is a big, it's a big indicator.
This is nature's sign.
But again, then not all women can get wet, even when they are being satisfied. So again, you know, you have to know your woman to know whether that is a norm or not.
Yeah. No harm adding a little lube.
And no, exactly. And the thing I would like to say is that I think that men just have to accept. Please just accept you've got the size you've got.
That's true.
Yeah. And when you do accept it, you will probably be a much better lover because you won't be running around with insecurities in your head, and you will be concentrating on much more important issues than what size your cock is.
I can totally agree with that. You know, I don't talk a lot about it because it's kind of a personal thing, but I do work as a sex therapist on a line called prestoexperts.com and /experts/ Bon Johnson. And this is one of the most frequently asked questions I get is about penis size. And then oddly enough, I think that the worry about it leads to the second most asked questions, which is about being able to keep an erection. I think if you're so worried about the size of your penis, you're going to end up having erectile problems, no?
Yeah, they got pills for that, though.
Yeah, but still.
I mean, you don't want to start that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to avoid taking pills and any of those sort of things unless you absolutely have a dysfunction that you can't.
Oh, yeah.
Because just to
doctor's
do it,
prescription.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Use
don't,
only the supervision of a
don't
doctor.
you just go to a doctor and say, I want a prescription of this over here?
Shit, I'm from the hood. We got a doctor that lives down on the corner. Hook you up with whatever you need,
really?
yo.
I don't know. I've never bought it before. I have no idea.
No, but you guys, we're a bunch of wild coconuts here. But let me get back to one part of this question that I thought really struck me as a no-win situation is trying to figure out if she's faking or not. That's like asking someone to prove they're not lying. How do you do that?
She's with you. She's with you. She's obviously been with you for X amount of years. She wouldn't be with you if she didn't love you.
Precisely.
Right.
And hopefully you have such a good relationship that you can communicate it and ask her. Say, do I satisfy you? Is there anything I can do to improve, to make it better?
Right.
You know, because I want to do it. I want to satisfy you.
Absolutely. I got to tell you what I know about women, I've learned from women.
Yeah.
You know?
And
Straight
again,
up.
some women are a little bit shy about explaining, but if you get confident, if you get her confident enough and trust in you, she will open up and she will tell you those things.
Absolutely.
Well, there's a good chance she doesn't want to step on your toes or make you feel inadequate, so she's not going to bring it up. But if you do, she's more than willing to go ahead and run with it, right?
Yeah.
What the hell? It's a communication.
Yeah, gentle touch. Start with a gentle touch.
But
Chess, not checkers.
I actually,
This
because
is
you were,
chess, damn it.
so I have a few statistics about cocks, and I wanted to.
About those penis
Penises,
things.
sorry, yeah.
That's all right. See, you sound so great saying it. It's just, you know,
I could never say
it's
so,
all right,
no.
baby.
So the world's largest penis actually is 13.5 inches.
13 and a half
Holy
inches.
Yeah,
smokes.
yeah.
Okay.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the smallest is 5/8 of an inch.
5/8 of an
yeah,
inch.
Yeah.
And they
Micro.
actually had the balls to come out and and let somebody measure that.
Yeah.
How did they find it behind those big balls?
Good question.
And then the average cock size is about 3 to 4 inches, and that's flaccid.
What?
So
That's
Oh,
flaccid.
yeah,
flaccid.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What's
And-
the average erect?
And I just wanted to say, a male orgasm lasts for around 6 to 8 seconds.
Okay,
That's a bit
there you
interesting,
go.
isn't it? And a woman's a bit longer. She's about 11 or 12.
Guys, by the way, if
Yeah.
you're only working
Longer
6
than
to
that.
8 seconds to get your 6 to 8 seconds, please buy the book Relationships in a Nutshell. Go ahead.
And then I wanted to say, a penis actually starts as a clitoris up until the 12 weeks as if in the stomach.
That's right.
And then
That's right.
that actually, then the
There
boy
you go.
gets a penis and the girl, yeah.
There you go.
And
Wow.
an average, guys, you will be ejaculating approximately 7,200 times in your lifetime.
You hear
Oh,
that,
wow.
average guy? So what does that mean? I'm going to have like 15,000 or what,
Dude,
what
I
does that
blew
mean?
you that years
I,
ago.
I tried to do the maths on that, and I thought, I don't
was
know
like
any
5 years
guys
ago, man.
that ejaculate so
7,000, 10
little.
years ago.
Right. I'll bet you don't know any guys who ejaculate so little. Don't let me get too personal there, but
It's hockey style.
And
Front
then,
Street being what it is.
and then a good one is here. Semen is only between 2 and 7 calories. So, women, if you're on a diet,
There you go. And there's a great deal of, what's it? Is there's a
protein,
No, she didn't.
protein and stuff.
Is that a
I
fa-
don't
is that-
really believe that.
I was
but
going to say,
think
is that a wives'
that's
tale?
a man's. It's something. It's a man's.
Oh,
tale.
absolutely. You ain't never lied. Oh, you know what? There's vitamin C up in this, baby. There's vitamin D, and you will never ever get a flu if you just swallow this load.
And the last thing is the average speed of ejaculation is about 28 miles an hour. That is fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
wicked.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
So
Yeah.
that's
28 miles an hour.
So there's another reason not to shoot that in the eyeball. Be cool,
Yes.
fellas. Be cool. That ain't nice.
Yes.
Be cool.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
Lawrence in Alaska.
Learn something new every day.
I hope you got what you're asking for, but golly gosh darn it, I know we did.
Oh, yeah.
Lady Albright, you rock.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, kids, let's get to some of this news that blows. We're going to talk a little bit about this bridge
Yeah.
that everyone's talking about. 6 people, I believe, at this point have died.
Right.
We got to hear on the news last night the horrific video footage of some guy on the phone with his mother, who the bridge had fallen on his car and crushed the woman driving the car, his friend, and just popped his door open, and he went flying out.
Oh,
so he's
man.
on the phone freaking out to his
Yeah,
mother
Yeah.
about it, and we got to hear the footage of that. Just heartbreaking stuff. You know, once again, kids, this is goes back to regulations and people who paid off to not use proper stuff and not pay attention to regulations. And I don't want to beat a dead horse to death, but this is what's going to happen if we lose our protections and all our regulations. We're going to see crap falling down left and right. I'm Bon John Sin. This is News That Blows, and one thing that won't be falling down is us tonight, baby. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, your boy Bon John Sin here. Now, if this weren't the radio, you'd be able to see me strutting down the runway in my super sexy Victoria's Secret lingerie. All right, I'm not really strutting down the runway, but I am wearing Victoria's Secret lingerie. And damn it, I feel sexy. If Victoria's Secret can make me feel sexy, just imagine what they'll do for you.
Go to victoriassecret.com and get your sexy on tonight.
Victoria's Secret. Go on, feel sexy. Oh, Tay, I've helped a gang of friends move over the years, and I thought I was pretty good at it. That was until I watched the guys at Golden Hands Moving and Relocating Company pack up and move my friends, well, his everything. Oh, I still got my pizza and beer. I just got to enjoy it while watching them do the work instead of me. And that didn't suck. I'm Bon John Sin, and I'm here to tell you that moving doesn't have to suck. Call Golden Hands Moving and Relocating Company and let them do the work. They even seem to like it. That's Golden Hands Moving and Relocating Company. Call them at 310-809-5095 and tell them Bond sent you.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292 FQ Riverside, and K293 CF Moreno Valley.
If I haven't offended you yet, stick around for some more of this news that blows. I'm sure I'll get to you sooner or later.
If I haven't, it's because you ain't hearing what we're saying off the during the commercial break.
Be joining us now. Welcome back.
Which, by the way, me groovies, I'm really super duper proud. My time here on KCAA Radio, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire, and KCAAradio.com all over the world. My time here has opened up a couple doors, a few opportunities for me. One of them is opening my own network, trying to be like my brother from another mother over here, Mr. RadioSpaz.com, man.
RadioSpaz.com.
I'm trying to open up my own network. Well, I'm not trying. I am.
You are?
And the opportunities have come out of being right here on KCAA, and I'm so grateful for that. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with KSJWnetwork.com, the KSJW Network. We're going to talk about that in a little more detail next week because it will be our last week here on KCAA Radio. And I'm going to try and get as many of the hosts from the shows that I've got coming up on KSJWnetwork.com to come in and tell everybody about what they're going to be doing on these shows. Obviously, everyone knows about what you do and what you do, but we're going to go ahead and reiterate for them.
And what you do.
That's right. Well, everybody knows what Eric the Well-Read, cool-ass suave.
Radio Spaz Hour.
He is the Radio Spaz man over at
RadioSpaz.com.
RadioSpaz.com.
That's right.
All right,
New way to listen.
let's talk a little bit more about some of this news that blows me, groovies. Here's some knucklehead here in, I believe it was Long Beach, decided to see how fast his Maserati could go. And I don't know if he had a problem with his Maserati with the palm tree or if the woman, with the woman who was in the car with him, but the palm tree was the only one that came out of it alive. The woman died, and the Maserati ended up in two pieces.
Well, there was a passenger as well.
Yes, there was a passenger as well. I believe it was her side that hit into the palm tree.
Yeah.
So who knows how many pieces she ended up in, but guys, come on. Yeah. Once again, I don't. Maybe this goes back to the little penis thing that makes you have to get your Maserati and drive like that on the streets. You know,
That's what they say.
teeny
don't
peeny
they?
syndrome. Yes. Well, you know.
And this was at 6:35 p.m.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
That is like.
You think it was late? No, it was when he's late.
No, it wasn't the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It was at 6:35 p.m. So there's some boneheadage on top of boneheadage.
Yes.
Let's talk about the student walkout a little bit.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Because this was awesome. I haven't seen this since I myself was a child in the 60s. I watched
Look at this.
my older peoples out in the streets standing up for what they believe in, women fighting for women's rights, people fighting for love, peace, and happiness, fighting against
Vietnam,
wars that they
against
didn't
war.
believe in. People, real deal activism happened back then, fighting for racial equality.
It had that essence.
Palestinians.
Everything. There was a lot of serious stuff going on back then, and since then there have been a lot of people doing paper stuff, trying to make it, trying to ride the wave. Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm having a march. I'm having a march. This was real.
Right.
These
Well,
kids did the real deal. What America's about. Get out there and fix something. Don't sit around on your ass complaining about it. Get out and make somebody make a change. Huzzah to every single one of these kids that took part in it. And what I really, really liked was the constructive way that their teachers helped them deal with walking out of class, these little demonstrations that they put up.
Sanctioned. Yeah, everyone was on the same team. It wasn't a divisive moment. I was really pleased to see that everyone came together. No one's getting a detention
It
for it. 'cause
wasn't
they
at
should.
all belligerent.
Precisely.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't belligerent. It had the
Respectful of other
real
ideas. Very
and
important.
you know, and the stuff that they set up, the 16-some thousand pairs of empty shoes in front of the White House, the students who walked out and went to the White House and sat 1,600 of them strong, I think it was, and turned their backs to the White House. and prayed silently.
A lot of class.
Yeah, I'm too damn broke to even take 17 seconds of silent time. I'll pay for this, and I'm using it, damn it. But on the real, much love and respect to all of those who lost their lives.
Right.
We don't have 16,000 seconds to give. We don't have 16,000 minutes of silence to take, and these kids aren't taking it anymore, and they're not being silent. And I'm so damn proud of every single one of them. One of the repercussions that came out of all these horrible gun shootings was our illustrious leader, Donald Bonehead, decided we should have teachers with guns. Another scared-ass teacher who's decided that his life is in danger, sits there fiddling with his gun, which anybody with a gun knows you don't do. You load it, check it, you leave it the heck alone. This guy fiddles with his gun in class.
Okay.
3 students get shot. First off, one student getting shot. What kind of gun was this? Is this guy that he lost 3 shots that quickly? All right, we got to go to the 420 music break, me groovies. This week, we got a team of guys, rappers. These guys are so down. They're out of Los Angeles. They're actually literally just a couple blocks from my house in Inglewood at the Inglewood Yacht Club. That's right, Inglewood. We are going to represent here for Team Cobra. This song is called Mystery. 420 music break.
Hey yo, Cobra, that's the team. Puff, puff, pass, yeah, that's that green. 48 hours on the scene, unsolved mysteries. The death of a king, Major B down, sipping Heineken in the lab, going at it again. Recite till they understand. The flow is for the struggle, the pain is the main thing. The reasons why we spit and relate to them. The reason for the mayhem, the mystery we solve from the lessons we learn. Burn blunts while we sit and think of money to earn. Respect comes from the bridges that never get burned. Cobra's flicking ashes from the green that they burn. Till the one says it's our turn. In the hood where only dogs go to heaven and spirits they hell for years they burn. The Cobras go to war till the money and the enemy's respect is earned.
Iron Grenadier, gold head, red cape. If you ain't got the mission take over, then you're late. Trying to figure out how we did the Cobra tape. Everything came together like fate. Don't debate or mistake or forsake the lies and the truth. What we spit up in the booth and influence to the youth. What you cannot understand, never heard it before. That's always been the plan, man. And I know you think you seen it. If you could have took a screenshot, then you might believe it. Make sure that it's real. Seen the knockoffs. If it was me, I'd kill. Can't make them comprehend. Team Cobra, new mission, we begin. And through the madness, there is no retreat. Make them bow down to my face and make defeat.
Always holding shurikens, I let them go, I unfold them. The chuckle up to roll them, bow strokes, split swords from the side. All the instruments I keep inside. No lie, I'm feeling right. Black dynamite inside. And got me open, caught a flash, burns the eye. When T gets fly, it's all surprise. So just too nice on the full-fledged fly. Take off like divine while climbing these highs. I wish I could calculate, measure the destiny of blessings. Intelligent, heaven spent all this time to spit this lie. So the truth about divine is freedom all rise. But the few think it's all about them, right? Hunting for sport like they was giving your life.
Welcome to the land of them gun snakes and drug dealers, $1 million homes, porn stars, bank figures. Welcome to the land of them gun snakes and drug dealers, $1 million homes, porn stars, bank figures. In non-fiction, the plot thickens, the mob stepped in to resurrect the snake within. Then we took that, saluted to the dragons, blessed with all-knowing magic that we took through cold Cobra tactics. The codes in the cactus, sets of phones in the cabinet, the trash in the phone, she spits is whack shit. That's why I say single. Besides the money I get from making grenades could pay your whole shit. Before I spray a whole clip, yo, Cobra got them hammers, fuck G.I. Joe sent. Tune into the show, yes, Cobra got dough, yes, Cobra got smoke, yes, Cobra got blow, yes, Cobra got O's, Cobra got flows, Cobra got a clutch in your throats.
To convince you of my purpose, this time there will be no room for doubt. This time there will be no room for doubt.
That was Team Cobra, me groovies. Like I said, that's my boy right there. I've known that cat who produces all that music forever, and his stuff he had before was amazing. And we sat and chopped it up at the bar one night. He's like, "Oh wait till you hear this new stuff I got. This Team Cobra stuff, man. You're gonna love it." And you know what? He did not lie. I just love this Team Cobra stuff. This is awesome. That was a 420 music break. We'll be right back.
Mystery we solve from the lessons we learn. Burn blunts while we sit and think of money to earn.
Another great 420 music break. You know, we got the folks at radiospaz.com to thank for that. The good folk over at radiospaz.com not only re-air this show, News That Blows, every Monday night at 7, they also play my independent music show titled, yep, you guessed it, the 420 Music Break. This is Bonjon Sin, and I'm spinning independent music, uncut, uncensored, played exactly the way the artist recorded it. Because that's how they get down over at radiospaz.com. Give us a listen, radiospaz.com.
That it's real. Seen the knockoffs. If it was me, I'd kill. Can't make them comprehend. Team Cobra, new mission, we begin.
Aw, snap. Your car just broke down, and taking it to a mechanic is so not in the schedule, even if you did know where to find a good one. Sound familiar? Don't trip, friends. Your boy Bonjon Sin has got your back. When this scenario becomes your scenario, call Canopy Shop Auto Service. CSAS will send out a top-notch mechanic who will bring out his tools and a canopy and set up shop around your car. It doesn't matter if your car broke down at home, at work, or even out on the street. Canopy Shop Auto Service will set up shop anywhere. And weather problems are no problems for these guys. They and your car are under a canopy. But what I like most about CSAS is that their mechanics always leave your car cleaner than they found it. Yeah, really. So, there you have it. Auto repair made convenient. Call Canopy Shop Auto Service at 424-223-4924. Tell them Bond sent you. Hey, what are you doing in the fridge? Get back in here. It's time for more news that blows. Well, I'm glad you went to the fridge and brought us back a new round of beers, y'all. Happy St. Patrick's to every single one of you.
Cheers.
And I would like to welcome you back to News That Blows. Right here on KCAA Radio, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, 1050 AM, and KCAAradio.com all over the world, me groovies. Because, you know, as long as there's news, there will always be News That Blows. And we'll always be having fun with it just like we do. Because you know what? If you can't have fun with it, you just can't have it. Yeah, we ain't having it if it ain't fun.
What are you doing?
Not exactly. What are you doing? Y'all listen to those square box talking head fools all week long try to influence whoever's paying them's agenda one way or the other. Mm-hmm. And so you get to hear some real news right here on News That Blows on every Saturday night. How y'all like me now? Yep. All right. One of the things we talked about was history being made. Now, the history that was made in the NCAA basketball, that I'm going to use that just like my own amazing passing out on the court, being the quarterback that I am with the basketball when it comes time to get my hoops on. I'm going to pass it off to my brother, this cool bounce pass so you can take it to the hole. Mr. Eric Suave, the well-read Eric Suave, is kind of, you know, well, he runs a sports network that plays a lot of sports shows. And
unfiltered sports talk.
Unfiltered sports talk, that's right. You got Jim Rome over
talk.
there.
Shout
you
out
got
the Big Shaq.
Big Shaq.
The big podcast with Shaq. Steve
Right?
Zabin. How do you say him?
I said Cabazon.
Yeah, that's awesome. Everyone mispronounces his name. That's a big joke back in D.C. where he's
bet he loves it.
Steve Zabin's show. We got the I Am Rappaport. You want to talk about an S-talker, and I can only say S-talker. You have to figure out the rest. Man, this guy is the king of S-talkers.
Mr. Rappaport.
He's an awesome B movie actor, done a lot of stuff out there, Copland. He does some awesome interviews, and boy, can he drop it. When you get in his crosshairs, I've never heard anyone else. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Right?
Foul mouth.
And so, in case you all didn't know, what we're talking about takes place over on radiospaz.com. That is where all of this stuff we're talking about, as You just heard the 420 music break takes place there. The replay of News That Blows takes place there. And what's taking place here right now is us talking about this historic thing. What was it, 135?
Yes, first time in 135 opportunities that a number 16 seed has taken out a number 1.
Yep.
Yes.
There it is.
And Virginia. So, our brackets, that was great.
Now, first, let everybody know, because there's probably a bunch of people like, yeah, exactly.
Busted.
To hell with the brackets. Let everybody know who is MB. Hell, I can hardly even remember the 4 letters.
I had to write it down.
Right? Please.
Okay. UMBC, which is all I saw, breaks down to University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
County.
Yes.
All right. So you're a number 1 team.
The Terriers.
Yes. You're the Terriers. You're a number 1 team that just got beat by a college that has county on the end of their name.
Yeah.
So this wasn't just history. This was huge history.
This was huge. Well,
and by the way,
highly improbable. I mean, 135 to 1.
Now it is, yeah. Before that, it was 135 to 0.
Have believed and bet.
And flip a coin, it keeps coming up heads.
Right.
For those who didn't actually catch what happened on this, these cats didn't just eke their way by; they blew them the freak out.
Ooh, they said, "Let's bomb."
Can we say can we say bitch slap on the radio?
Oh yeah, bitch slap. They bitch slapped the living bejeebers out of them. Oh yeah. Ooh, hell yeah. They
looked it nice.
Okay, but let's talk a little bit more about. There were a few other upsets that happened in the brackets. Go ahead and break down the brackets for us, because here on News That Blows, we're so busy talking about the crazy stuff with all the mishaps. We don't talk about sports.
Yeah, so here's
please take this segment for us.
What's so great about sports is it's a chance to have some fun.
I'm gonna drink. You talk.
Be light. Okay. So in the first round of 32, despite going 24-32, I blew my bracket up right away.
Are you all drunk?
We're trying to be.
It's St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
It wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't.
Surrounded.
So we had Arizona. I took Arizona, and I somehow had
to win the whole
Shazam. So I had a blink of amnesia, forgetting that never take a Pac-12 team to do anything other than maybe win a first-round game. Never take a deep, because they always go soft. They always go soft. And so, of course, but for some reason I took Arizona, and of course I got blown out right in the very beginning there. They were a number 4 seed against a 13 by Buffalo. And again, it was just like the other game. Yeah, it wasn't like even close. They totally smacked them down.
That's what happens when you look past the team.
Bad.
Focus is everything.
So we had that go down. We had 2 games going to overtime.
Yeah.
Never happened before. Never happened to have 1 game in overtime, let alone 2 into overtime.
The same day.
We had the Virginia. That Virginia game. I mean, everyone that blew up. Everyone, I think 28-30% of the nation have Virginia in some way, shape, or form. So between Virginia and Arizona, there's over half the nation's brackets blown up already.
At least.
Horrible.
Oh yeah.
The carnage is everywhere.
But isn't that what you get when you have one ball and loads of men fighting over it?
Sure.
You get what you pay for.
Well, it's a spectacle. It's a spectacle, though.
Hella good question.
What's so great about this whole... Oh, no. I never accused you of being one.
Are you accusing of something else?
I wish. Yeah,
when you get back to your bracket, damn it, man.
Yeah.
What's so great about this whole tournament is I mean, first, you're seeing really high-quality basketball.
Absolutely.
And the nation, there's a tradition here, and it draws people who don't even watch basketball together. It draws people that are like doing nothing but day drinking, and puts them in association with
Gives them
functional
something to do while they
alcoholics.
day drink?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, you get functional alcoholics with with day drinkers that are always alcoholics, and non-functional alcoholics and occasional drinkers like me. I mean, I never drink otherwise.
Now this sounds like America being great again.
I'm sure you don't either, Lady Albright. Good heavens, she's not even drinking at all.
No. I drink for her.
She's teetotaler.
I drink for her. I got her covered.
You guys can drink for me.
And I do a damn good job. All right, we got 30 seconds more. Who do you think's going to win it now that the faves are out?
Duke or Villanova.
Duke or Villanova?
Sure.
Yeah, Villanova.
I like Villanova too.
And I'll give a long shot on Gonzaga.
Gonzaga's always a good one to be in there.
I'm not yet wagering, but there's plenty of places where you can wager.
But we don't do that here.
No. Well, you can advertise it.
Hey, this is News That Blows. I'm Bon Johnson. That was Eric Suave. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bon Johnson. And as good as I am at the on-air side of radio, I really needed some help with the off-air side. You know, the business side. Then I spoke with my friends at Empowerment Projects International, LLC. Now, I knew that EPI has multi-million, even billion-dollar companies that they work with. But what I didn't know was that those same business strategies could work for me. If you're a small business trying to get bigger or a big company trying to go global, EPI will help you plan, design, implement, and manage your business. Empowerment Projects International, LLC helped to get me on the air, and they'll help to keep me here. Let them do the same for your business. Go to emproj.org and see what Empowerment Projects International, LLC can do for you.
Oi, Captain, the chest has all been buried and the crew is all back aboard. What next, sir?
What day be it?
What day be it? What day be it? I think we're coming up on the weekend, sir.
Good. Then set sail for the Renaissance Pleasure Fair.
Set sail for the Renaissance Pleasure Fair?
You are aware that I've already got a pirate.
Yes, sir. All hands on deck. Set sail for the Renaissance Pleasure Fair.
The original Renaissance Pleasure Fair from April 7th to May 20th. Go to renfair.com and get your tickets today.
Come on now, leave that thing alone. It's time for more news that blows with me, Bon John Sin.
Hello, me groovies. Welcome back to News That Blows right here on KCAA Radio.
Yeah. Blows all right.
102.3 FM, 106.5 FM. 1050 AM. AM. That's right, AM radio.
Amplitude modulation.
Y'all get that in your trailer? AM? All right, quit playing.
All right. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Go pinch somebody, damn it. All right, anyways, we got some of this news that blows. I was just sitting here reading some of this, and I made myself belligerent, damn it. Once again, I'm getting so damn sick and tired of talking about it, but I refuse to not talk about it because that's kind of how people become desensitized, is by getting tired of hearing about it. More sexual abuse cases, more accusations of sexual misconduct. The executives at Nike's, apparently all the way across the boardroom, have been sexually misconductive with their female employees.
That's disappointing.
And once it got announced, they ended up becoming the lowest company on the Fortune 500. Their stocks dropped like a lead balloon. So, you know, once again, if you want to really hit the people who are doing things that bother you, hit them in their product.
Yeah.
Find out who owns what, and kick them in the short strings. So there you have it. That happened. The business that has been known for the casting couch and everything forever. I mean, you know, if we're going to continue to do this, let's just say everybody from probably 1985 before, at one point or another, has sexually abused their power, because apparently nobody got into the business before the 80s without some kind of hanky-panky, because everybody and their mother's coming out now complaining about it. You did it to get the job. Now that you got the job, you have a problem with it.
It's in the movies.
I understand how Ava Gabor is Ava Gabor now. Thank you.
Yeah. So, you know, there you go. I'm getting tired of reporting it, but once again, I won't stop reporting it because the dumbasses shouldn't have done it, and that's on them. All it takes for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing. So as long as people keep speaking up when atrocities happen, we have a chance for them to stop. There you go. So good men, take some responsibility. Step up.
Let's get them.
Don't. It was something, but I believe what it was referred to as locker room talk.
That's right.
Bitch, slap the teeth out of somebody who locker room talks in front of you and tell them, shut up. That could be my mom or my sister.
That stuff's over now.
Yeah. I thought it was over decades ago.
I really didn't like it at the time either.
I thought it was over decades ago.
Really
now apparently it's okay again.
I guess it's always been there. It's just that I don't hear that often, but in my circles. But then it doesn't mean it's still not happening.
When one of the guys in the room starts talking about all the punani he's getting, all I know for sure is he's the one who ain't getting laid.
Usually.
Yeah, guys who are getting laid don't talk about it. They're too smooth for that.
They don't characterize it that way.
All right, moving on. Once again, back to our illustrious bonehead. Rex Tillerson Ooh, I mean,
dude, I feel so sorry.
They've been trying to ease him out for a while. This guy got stuck between a rock and a hard place because he was the guy who was ExxonMobil's big communications with Russia.
Yeah.
Now we're trying to hide all of our relationships with Russia, and it's like, come on, man. You know, you knew that when you hired the guy. Now all of a sudden you're going to ease him out. He actually seemed to be the only one that had any logic, coherency to what he was doing in the whole freaking cabinet.
In the administration.
So
sorry for his loss.
Sorry for his loss. I'm, sorry for Trump's loss because, like Hitler didn't want to listen to Ramo.
I think that's a poor example, Steve.
Hey, you know what? No, for real. Hey, if Hitler had listened to Ramos, we'd have might all been speaking German right now. I'm just saying. When you surround yourself with geniuses because you don't know what the hell you're doing, you might want to shut up and listen to them. So, there goes another person he surrounded himself with and then decided he was too smart to listen to. Trump and Jeff Sessions, and when I say and Jeff Sessions, that means little bitch boy doing what he's told, fired the ex-deputy director, Andrew McCabe. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, he's the one that they got pissed off at because he didn't come up with something against Hillary, because he didn't play ball and exaggerate stuff that wasn't there the way he was told to. And this is how you run a gang. This is not how you run a country, by turning around and making an example of somebody. This man was 24 hours from his retirement, people. That is some of the most foul crap on the planet. He's losing so much money, so much clout, all his speeches, all his stuff. He was going to make a living going on tour, talking and speaking about his life. Everything he has done goes down the drain when he gets fired from his job. He's fighting back. He's suing for them doing this.
He's suing the government?
He's suing the government and Trump probably personally.
It's going to work.
Yeah, everybody who sues the government gets away with it. Hell, Trump couldn't even sue the government, so he had to become the government. Message. Bing.
Bon, this is so petty and vindictive.
It is. That's what
I really
it's come
have a
down
hard
to.
time. In other policies, I try and find a way to see, at least the logic here.
Yeah.
I don't
There's
see any
none.
logic here except petty and vindictive.
I hate that.
And it lacks dignity.
And it makes us all look bad because it speaks for us.
And I'm disappointed that way. I mean,
am
unless
too.
there's something that comes out that we have no idea about what this guy actually did, as everything's been currently characterized, it lacks dignity, and it's disappointing.
It's horrible. All right, guys.
I'm disappointed.
We're going to be right back, dignity or not.
Hey, folks, riddle me this.
Sorry.
Since The Tonight Show left the building,
to get that
what
off,
else
man.
is there to do in the city of Burbank? Well, you can always go visit the Martial Arts History Museum. Learn about how martial arts was created, then banned and hidden away for years, until finally resurfacing to become the phenomenon it is today. The curator of the Martial Arts History Museum, Michael Matsuda, has also put together an amazing collection of martial arts movie memorabilia, like Liu Kang's shield from Mortal Kombat, and even the weaponry created by Gerald Okamura used in Bruce Lee films. The Martial Arts History Museum also hosts lots of great events, at which you might just meet some of the stars from your favorite action films. The past, the present, and the future of martial arts can all be found at the Martial Arts History Museum. Go to martialartsmuseum.com, then go to the Martial Arts History Museum. I'm Bon Joon-sin, and I'm asking you to please support martial arts and support the Martial Arts History Museum. Greetings, folk. I'm Bon Joon-sin. I host a new talk radio show called News That Blows, where I'll be taking a somewhat cynical look at the stories in the week's news, every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Time on KCAA Radio, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire, and KCAAradio.com all over the world. Because as long as there's news,
There will always be news that blows.
Don't go getting all soft on me now. We still got a little bit more news that blows.
What's up with that? Y'all don't go getting soft on me now.
No.
Yeah, we talked about how bad it is to get soft earlier during Lady Albright's segment. So don't do it.
True.
Just don't do it. Hey, you know what? Stephen Hawkins died, and the world has lost a great, great mind, a great man, a great humanitarian. We talked about Ford and Lincoln. The reason their cars are being recalled is because the freaking steering wheels are falling off, people. If you got one, go have it checked. The thing I wanted to talk about on the chairlift, here's a little food for thought before we leave. Do you think maybe that chairlift was run by a computer and that somebody hijacked that computer and threw those people around to make a message, possibly to collect money?
Never occurred.
Yeah.
Wow, Steve-O.
Oh, who'd have thunk
Brainiac
it, kids?
extraordinaire, man.
That's how we do
Yes.
it here on News That Blows. We see a little bit more than just the caca they throw at you on the surface.
For sure.
That just seems like an awful weird accident to just come out of the blue, start flinging people left and right. And I noticed that the guy in the booth couldn't stop it. He had to run out and actually shut the machinery part off.
Yeah,
He couldn't stop it from
Yeah.
their computers.
It would not disengage.
They would not disengage. It was hurling people. Go look at the footage, y'all, if you got the stomach for it. We talked about that earlier. I'm Bon Johnson, me groovies, and I have been here with our special guest from RadioSpaz.com, Eric the Well-Read Suave. Check him out, check him out, check him out on RadioSpaz.com, me groovies. As always, my brother from another mother, Hipsy Gutters, was here with us, and the lovely and always talented Kirsten Maxine Albright with her book, Relationships in a Nutshell. I'm Bon Johnson. This has been News That Blows in 623. You and me is we. Right here on News That Blows. We'll see y'all then.
KCAA Loma Linda, where you can always listen by phone. Just call 701-801-4444.
I'm so tired of the buff